Hi everyone, I'm Gary Null. Nice to have you with us today. Our first study today on health and healing comes from the universities of Windsor and Ottawa in Canada, published in the period journal Oncotarget. And it deals with dandelion root extract, easy to get, inexpensive, safe, but it affects your colorectal cancer proliferation and survival. Well, that's a big deal. Here's what it says. Dandelion root extracts have been studied extensively in recent years for its antidepressant and anti-inflammatory activity. Recent work from our lab with in vitro systems shows the anti-cancer potential of an aqueous, meaning in water, dandelion root extract in several cancer cell models with no toxicity and non-cancer cells. So, means if you have colorectal cancer, this is one more of the non-toxic therapies you can use. And it works. In fact, within 48 hours, there was anti-cancer efficacy that was confirmed. So that's good news. And by the way, a high-quality fiber diet also helps prevent colorectal cancer in the first place. And from Medical Express, a New York University Langone Health Center study, exercise might help improve mobility during aging. Here's what it says. That the brain chemical surge that comes when running may bolster coordination and speed in the old and young alike. A new study of middle-aged mice shows exactly this, that physical activity may help restore ease of movement and agility, which often declines as humans and animals get older. Okay, here's what I would add to this. That my generation was the first generation, following the greatest generation, our parents who were born in the 19 teens and 20s, and we were born after World War II. But up to that point, regular physical activity was not considered important. You may have been more active, but that was your own volition. It wasn't because there were studies showing if you go out and power walk or jog or ride a bike or swim, you're going to live a longer life, have less body fat, and be healthier. But then my generation began to do things like marathons. And we began to go to gyms, and then yoga became very popular, which is also a form of exercise and very good for stretching and helping stiff areas of the body, reduces pain. So we began to look at natural ways of approaching better health. And remember the concept before my generation, it was called the little old lady in tennis shoes. That was kind of a common refrain for someone who was interested in a healthier lifestyle. If you took herbal teas, well, you were that little old lady. If you didn't want to have all your toes squished together and deform your feet, then you were that little old lady in a tennis shoe. And how things have changed, the irony of ironies. So that little old lady in tennis shoes was the one who was most likely to live a longer life, to spend more time in nature, to read more, to be more active in social issues. They never retired. Retirement was just, it was a way to spend more time with the things you found important. So I'm glad they did this, but they're saying as if all of our older people today would not know that they should be exercising to slow down the aging process. I think that the scientists there are behind in a lot of ways. All right? Thank you for this study, but we've been knowing this for a long time. There's been whole groups of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s who are exercising every day. Just go to some of the gated communities. They have all that there. And so anyhow, what they found was that, and this is a separate study, that aerobic exercise of any type can boost the release of dopamine. And dopamine, of course, we know is the chemical in the brain that involves movement, reward, and memory. And they found that this really makes a difference. Well, ask the average American, should you be sitting all day? Sedentary? Younger people, should you be in front of a computer all day? Or you should also be stimulating your circulation, helping your muscles, helping your hormones. Yeah. And from Osaka Metropolitan University in Japan, published in Medical News Today, that a spoonful of black cumin seed powder a day, or you can get the capsules, can help lower cholesterol. This study was published in Food Science and Nutrition Trusted Source, found that black cumin seed can help improve cholesterol levels. Okay, and that helps decrease the development of mature fat cells, minimizes buildup of lipids. All good. It's about 5 grams. Now keep that in mind. 28.35 grams is an ounce. So you're talking about 20% of what amounts to a teaspoon, which is a small amount. You could get that in a black cumin seed oil, which is far more powerful, and I would use it instead. Always have 1 or 2 jars of black cumin seed oil capsules in the refrigerator, because it really makes a difference. It can kill all kinds of pathogens, bad bacteria if you had the wrong foods. It's loaded with phenolic, that's PHENOLIC, and flavonoid elements. It's one of the strongest antioxidants known, and it just does everything right. Okay, it's very bioactive, and it helps you if you've done something wrong with the body, with your diet. Another study, and this is by the way, it also has anti-cancer properties. Our next study comes from Beth Israel Medical Center and published in Medical Express. It's about reducing social media use, meaning the internet and phones, for just 1 week can improve mental health. This was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Network Open, and 295 participants reported promising mental health benefits after just saying no to turning on their computers or texting, emailing, talking. So the cohort consisted of young adults between 18 and 24, the age group most commonly associated with way overusing social media. And they're also at the highest risk of mental health issues. By the way, it's on average, the week-long social media detox led to 16% reduction in anxiety and 24% reduction in depression and 15% reduction in insomnia. How about that? It's all good. But at some point, you just have to say, I'm not turning it on, and leave it off. The world will still be the same, and you will have lost nothing that is essential to who you are, your purpose and meaning in life. It's just another way of detoxing at the emotional level. Turn off the devices.